This is a quick video on how to book a practical test on the DVSA website. For this video, I'll be using the change driving test page instead of booking a new test because I already have my test booked. However, it should still serve as the test center results page is the same for booking a new test and changing an existing test. Click on Start Now to begin. You might be asked to complete a bot protection captcha. I've skipped this part in this video to save time. On the login screen, enter your driving license number and test reference number, then click Continue. On this page, you can select one option to change your test date or test center. I'll click on the change date and time, as this option also allows me to change the test center. Here I'll select my preferred date. I'll pick the last date in June to increase the range of my search. Click Continue to proceed. On the next page, you see a calendar with dates. To do a proper search for different dates and centers, click on the change button here to skip this page. Enter your postcode or the postcode for your preferred test center in the box. Do not type the name of a city or center as this leads to unusual behavior. I'll enter LE1 for centers in Leicester. However, my preferred center is in Chilwell. Sometimes using a postcode for another nearby town helps me find results for my center faster. Click Find Test Centers to continue. Once the test center results page loads, you see a list of test centers like these. However, there are no available dates for any of the centers. Click on the Show More Results button to refresh the page for new centers and dates. Again, there are still no dates on the second result page. Click on Show More again and repeat the sequence till you find a date. Now we found two dates in October in Nottingham and Kettering. Both dates seem very far away, but if you are making a new booking, you can select the center nearest to you and return later to change the date and center. Now this is the page you see if someone else books the date you clicked before you. Speed is important, so you need to click fast. When this happens, go back and continue the sequence of loading more results. Now I'll select Kettering. Great, the dates for these centers are still available. The white boxes are dates I can actually book. When you select a date, you will see the time of the day that you can take a test that day. For this day, you can take your test at 8, 9 or 1 p.m. Select the date and time for your test and click Proceed to continue. Again, speed is important on this page, so you have to be fast. I'll go back because I am not really interested in changing the date or location for my test. It can take up to 30 minutes of reloading the DVSA website every day for a couple of days before you can find a test that is great for you. And that can be very, very boring. Because of how boring, time-consuming, and stressful the process of looking for a test can be, I built a small Chrome extension that helped me during my search. Using this extension, I was able to find a test in my test center for the next month. The extension is the little search and click pop-up you can see on the top right corner of the screen. It has a text field where you type in the name of your preferred test center, for example, Chilwell. Once you type in this center, click on the search and click button. If there's an available date for that test center on the screen, the extension will automatically take you to the next screen where you pick a date and time. If there is no available date for a center on the page, nothing happens when you click the search and click button. In that case, click the refresh button on the extension to reload the page. This saves you the stress of going back to the page, manually scrolling to the button to click on the show more results. Now, after the page refresh, click on search and click again, and it will search the page for your test center. When you get an error page like this one, you can click on the back button on the extension to return to the results page. From there, you can reload the page again, search and repeat the sequence, doing all this within the extension and avoiding the whole stress of leaving this tiny window to scroll through the whole website and scan through results to see whether your center is there or if it's there with an available date. You can scan the QR code on the screen to get the extension, or check the video description for links. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video has helped you with learning how to book a practical test on the DVSA website. Bye bye.